Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video I want to do a first impressions first try of the Tom Ford Extreme Eye Color Quad in the shade Metallust. I am aware that this quad is going in and out of stock. It's been out on the Tom Ford website, in Beautylish, and different retailers, and just keeps going in and out of stock. It is a very sought after quad, but I'm very excited. I have most of my face done already. I have foundation and concealer and bronzer. That's all Tom Ford. And I also have, oh, and the blush is also Tom Ford. It's mostly Tom Ford. And all I have left is the quad, mascara, and highlighter and lipstick. And I'll show you guys that later on. So let's get into the quad. So this is what it looks like. It's not like the typical Tom Ford packaging. Let me show you because I have it right here. This one, I love this one as well. They're both beautiful. And this is a typical Tom Ford packaging. This is a different because of the special edition of the Badass, the Badass collection. I'm sorry, the Extreme collection. So it's like that ombre look. And let me show you the inside. I haven't swatched it. I opened it, but I haven't swatched it. I'm taking out the little applicators, which I don't use regardless. It does have a mirror, and this is what the quad looks like. I know there's been a few reviews about it, but I'm still going to show it to you. I'm still going to swatch, because maybe you want to see how it looks in my complexion if you have my complexion as well. So I'm going to swatch in the back of my hand. It does have, it's 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. One of them looks more, what's the word I'm looking for, more, it's more bigger bits and pieces. It's very beautiful, very basic, but I still think it's going to be a really beautiful quad to have in my collection. So let's start swatching. So this is what the swatching looks like. I have the 2 mattes and the 2 shimmers on the right. Very, very pretty. Since I'm already in the swatching, I'm gonna swatch on my other hand, or maybe on top. I did the swatching's a little bit too big, but I'll do it on top to compare the Chantecaille, the Giraffe collection, the Giraffe Eye Quartet. I've been hearing that some people are comparing it. In case you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. I did a review of this quad not too long ago. I love it. And this is what it looks like side by side. They're not, you see the reflection, so I apologize for that. They're not comparable in size or in maybe in the way it's displayed, but they're very similar colors. So let me swatch that on top and see if they're very similar. And since the Tom Ford Extreme Metallust quad is out of stock, in and out of stock, maybe the Chantecaille one would be a good, not a dupe, because it's not a dupe, it's a different quad, but it could be another option in case you can't find the Metallust one. I think the mattes are very similar. Let me try to put them on top of each other. Alright, so on your top, that is the Tom Ford Metallust, and in the bottom is the Chantecaille Giraffe Eye Quartet. The first 2 mattes are very similar, but then the other matte is not. One is definitely darker than the other, and then the shimmers are also quite different. They're all beautiful in their own way, but they're just a little bit different. The Chantecaille one has like a little bit more like pink in there. It's more it has a different shift. So yeah, but they are similar. Alright, so let me clean this off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this light shade right here. I'm going to try to use one brush for, or maybe, yeah, one brush for the whole quad. And I do want to use all the shades. So I'm going to start with this light shade right here and apply it all over the crease. It's a little bit powdery. There's a fallout on the quad, on the pan. And I'm just going to apply like this. Oh, with my Beekeeper Beauty 201 brush. These brushes are so fluffy and easy to use. I already have foundation and highlighter on, so I want to be careful not to have any fallout on my face. But in my past experiences with Tom Ford eyeshadows, I've never had that issue. At least I don't remember having that issue. Okay, so I started slow because I wasn't sure of the color, and I realized that it's not that dark, so I'll pick up a little bit more. I gotta give some depth to my hooded eyes. And then with like a windshield wiper movement, just go back and forth. Okay, with the same brush, I'm now going to go with the darker matte and try to use that on the outer half of my eyelid. With this one, I'm gonna go even slower because it is darker, and I'm gonna be really close to my cheekbone here, right here. Look how pretty that is. And I only went once. I didn't have to pick up that much, and there is no fallout. There's one speck, but I don't think, yeah, it's just one speck and I already took it off. It's no fallout, there's no patchiness, it just blends so smoothly. Really, really pretty. It's what I expect from Tomford's eyeshadows. They're one of my favorite formulas. Now for the other two shimmers, the two shades, I do wanna try to use both. I don't know how because they're kind of different. They're both beautiful and they're by themselves. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna try with a brush, and if not, then with a finger on my inner half, and then maybe some of this like in the middle of the eyelid, because it's like a little bit more into the gold. Maybe it's gonna be a little bit more brighter. I don't know. Let's try that. I'm gonna start with a brush. I don't think the brush is gonna be much help. If not, I'll use my finger. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use my finger because with these type of formulas, they tend to fall out if you don't do it with your finger. Like, I don't see any fallout yet, but I still want to be careful. It has a better pickup if I use my finger. I'm gonna pick up some of that more golden one and apply here in the middle. How gorgeous. With that same brush I was using earlier, let me clean off a little bit of that shimmer and just fluff here a little bit in the middle and here on the edges. For the waterline, I'm gonna pick up a tiny refer brush. I know this is not the one, I'm sorry, it's 20G, I'm sorry, the flat definer. I know it's not for that, but it's the one I have at hand and clean. I'm gonna pick up some, I'm gonna use both of these colors in the waterline, so I'm gonna get the lightest one and apply it here, and then some of the darker one on the outer half, and finish off the other eye with the shimmer. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it is so beautiful. I was expecting it to be beautiful, but I wasn't expecting to be so like satisfied with this quad. It gets so beautiful. I think you could use it during the daytime, you could also use it at nighttime, you could use it all year long because it's just very neutral colors. It just, I would say neutral basic palette quad, but it's not really that basic because those shimmers are just really, really pretty. But they're an everyday look, all year look. I think they look great, and they look great with any eye color as well. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish off. I'm going to apply mascara, highlighter, lip gloss, and I'll be right back for my final thoughts. Hello, I'm back. So I finished off everything that I wanted to complete, and my hair is like everywhere. I have like these little hairs coming out, little new hairs. Anyways, I love the final look. I mean, everything that I used today looks really, really beautiful on me. Really flawless on the skin. Like, my skin looks really beautiful. But the star of the show is the quad. It is so pretty. Like I said, it is versatile. You could use it any time of the year, day or night. If you want a little bit lighter, you could not use a dark matte, just use the light matte and some of the shimmer. If you don't want shimmer, just matte. I think it's really, really pretty. They apply beautifully, no fallout, no patchiness. It's just so pretty. I think it's gorgeous. I am gonna be out and about all day today. We're gonna go out, my husband and I, we're gonna go out to an antique car show. I'm gonna try to get that on film for my vlog, but I'm letting you know because I'm gonna be out in the sun, and it's 83, 85 degrees today in South Florida. It is not particularly sunny. It's kind of cloudy. The reason why I mention this because I'm gonna be wearing all this makeup under the sun, like under the heat, and it's not really a full day test, but I do want to see after X amount of hours if the quad is there anything wrong with the quad, with the eyeshadows, and even with the foundation. It is a Tomford Shine Illuminate foundation. It's not new, but I want to see at the end of the day how it looks. So I'm gonna leave a pinned comment for that because I won't be able to check in later. As always, I'm gonna leave links of everything that I used in my face today, including the quad. If I find it in any store, retailer, any website, I will put that link down below in the description box. The best way to know when a item is in stock is through my Instagram stories, because that's where I post first. So make sure you are following me there. The links to all my social media accounts are in the description box as always. Thank you guys for coming over and spending these minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.